All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call Haloim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Racha Kodash and Shani Kabad and Gadwala Rakwab Zequanium Nawa Wa Shalayakim Nawa. And that is double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom wa Barakim Labakayim Shalayah Sharala. And that is peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. And the peace and blessings to the confusion of faces. And may a double portion of the Holy Spirit be put upon the brothers that are out there on the highways and byways, offering their bodies as a living sacrifice out there on the front lines. So this, in my opinion, I'm not sure why it wasn't breaking news, but for whatever reason, this isn't being reported on in the popular, if you will, news outlets. So this came out today, July 22nd, 2019, on Bloomberg, and it's entitled, Army Let Slip that it's conducting secret operation around DC. So we're going to read this article and then we'll get some scriptures because this is a pretty short read done right there. So here we go. First paragraph says, the Pentagon has revealed a few details about a secret Army mission that has Black Hawk helicopters flying missions over the Washington, D.C. area backed by active duty and reserve soldiers. The mysterious classified operation was disclosed when the Army asked Congress for approval to shift funds to provide an extra $1.5 million for aircraft maintenance, air crews, and travel in support of an emerging classified flight mission, whatever that means, which obviously they're not going to tell you what this emerging classified flight mission is. It's part of a $2.5 billion request this month to reprogram funds in the current fiscal year's budget to programs considered high priorities. So, of course, what is this program that they consider high priority? Well, they're not going to let us know exactly what that is. Now, I speak as a man when I say this. However, I truly believe this is going to happen, in which our apostles have been saying this anyway. I'm just repeating it because I definitely believe it and I can see it through the Spirit, especially when the Lord brings us articles like this, which is the fact that there will be some kind of another false flag attempt, false flag attack, if you will, such as we saw back then with 9/11. And I think that what's going on right now is just the preparation of another false flag attempt. Or false flag attack. I keep saying attempt. So I think what's going on right now is just another preparation of a false flag attack in which they know that America's economy is declining, and therefore, in order to force the people to take the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, then there has to be some kind of chaos that breaks out in America. So with the already declining economy, then the elites out of the nation of Esau, who is Edom, who are the self-professed white people today, are going to prepare some kind of false flag attack in America in order to just come around with that microchip and to make it seem as if they're solving the problem. They have the solution for all this chaos, order out of chaos. So this is what I believe is what's going on right now with this so-called program that's considered high priority, in which they need $2.5 billion, but they can't tell us what that's truly being allocated towards. All we do is we see Black Hawk helicopters flying around DC, in which I'm not too far from DC, which is why I opened up this video and saying that I'm just curious why this wasn't truly being reported a little bit more. But either way, the Spirit led me to it. It says, we'll jump down to this paragraph. We'll jump down to the last one. It says, Army spokesman Wayne Hall declined in an email to comment on some possibilities, including whether the mission involved protecting the White House or other federal buildings, and whether it's making use of specialized commando units of the Pentagon's Joint Special Operations Command, which includes the Army's Delta Unit and Navy SEAL Team 6. So, of course, the spokesman for the Army, Wayne Hall, declined to tell us anything about why Black Hawk helicopters are just flying around DC randomly. But of course, all of this was, so they say, it was discovered because the Army asked the Congress for an extra $1.5 million. Okay, so I'm going to grab a few scriptures pertaining to all this right here. This is the book of Psalm chapter 64, starting at verse 1. It says, "To the chief musician, a psalm of David. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy." And when you jump over to the 83rd chapter of Psalm, then it gives you a list of our enemies, which starts with Esau, who is Edom, the self-professed white people today. It says, "Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection," meaning the uprising, "of the workers of iniquity," who are the Edomites. And this is the spirit that the elect are coming in this day right now. We're saying, "O Lord, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked." And remember, the Army spokesman Wayne Hall declined in an email to comment on anything about this mission, about this so-called special program that's considered high priority. But this is all a part of their insurrection. This is their secret counsel, in which we need to be praying continuously to the Lord to preserve us, to protect us, to keep us safe. Because you have a lot of so-called prophets out here who are not warning the people of what the scriptures call Jacob's trouble, a time that never was, a time like never was, nor shall be. This is what's coming to America. And we see different articles like this in which these Edomites are getting prepared for that day. So we need to be preparing ourselves spiritually for that day. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword. And a sword is a weapon. And that's exactly how they use their words. Not telling us, well, guess what? Not telling us what's going on. But then also doing what? Lying on Jake. Police officers lying on Jake in court, locking us up for years, for life sometime. And bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. And who's the perfect? That's starting with the elect out of the nation of Israel in these times. That's who's perfect. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Now check this out. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. We know that the etymology of that word evil just means a bad time. So they encourage themselves in a matter which is evil, or in a matter that encourages, or that's basically a bad time. And like I mentioned already, what I truly believe through the Spirit, just like my elders and apostles say of GMS on down say, in which there's going to be another so-called false flag attempt or false flag attack, there I go again, in America. And I'm specifically, because these Edomites have been taking down videos a lot recently, I'm specifically keeping away from a word that starts with a T and that ends with a T. If you can get my drift. Yeah, it starts with a T, ends with a T. Yep. But that's why I'm using the phrase false flag, so-called false flag attempt. But that's their evil matter right there. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Let's see. We already know, but let's just look up that word snare. Snares. All right, we have the Hebrew word mawakwash. Or maybe that's just, no, it's just makwash. Makwash. All right, and it says bait, lure, a snare. You jump down here to the KJV translation count, and it says a trap, which is a trap. And that's their so-called false flag. That's their false flag attack. That's what's being prepared right now for America. That's why you're seeing these, or I guess we today over here in DC are seeing these Black Hawk helicopters. They're preparing for whatever their program is that they consider high priority, which that program is really these Edomites trying to fulfill their blessing, their carnal blessing. It's them trying to fulfill their new world order of microchipping everybody on the planet Earth, in which first and foremost, their new world order starts with decreasing the population and then microchipping everybody, because they believe that a smaller population, which is true if you think about it, a smaller population is easier to deal with. Like a teacher would tell you, it's easier to teach, like a middle school or high school teacher would tell you, it's easier to teach a class of 10 or 12, obviously, than it is of 20 to 25 or even 30. You have less distractions, less people to be held in account for. So now we're going to jump over here and we're going to end off with this scripture. We're going to go to Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. This video is basically just another warning, just putting out there that a false flag attack is being prepared and that we need to do what? We should be preparing ourselves spiritually for this time that the Bible calls Jacob's trouble. Revelation 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the sea woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you." And we know that that devil is referring to a man on earth, a deceiver, the man that comes in the spirit of Satan, who is adverse to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that man being Esau Edom. "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So once again, like I already mentioned, I believe I did, that these Edomites, they know it. They see their economy collapsing. The Lord is starting to plague America with hurricanes, with rainstorms, with earthquakes, now with the heat wave, and it's messing up the land. Now farmers are saying that they can't even grow crops. So we're seeing that there's a lack of soybeans, there's a lack of corn. Excuse me. And with that being said, they know that on top of that, their dollar is on a decline as well. Because guess what? Even though the stock market may be increasing, we're seeing that the stock market is only increasing because of stock buybacks. Companies are buying their own stock. The average investor is actually selling and taking their money out of the stock market. So we may see that the dollar or that the U.S. stock market is increasing, but truly the value of the dollar is decreasing on a global scale because other nations such as Russia and China and Iran are doing their best to get away from the U.S. dollar. Specifically Iran and China, let me say that, are trying to get away from having to use the U.S. dollar. So these Edomites know that their time is coming to an end. They know that they have a short time and they're preparing themselves to come down with great wrath. So once again, we need to be preparing ourselves spiritually. So just stay locked in, stay humble, keep praying and keep doing the work, keep fasting according to your spirit. And I do pray that this video was edifying. I want to give all glory, praise, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem L'cha Kodash, and double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.